KAGURABACHI is a world full of sorcerers, and we have seen many different sorcerers so far. From bounty hunters to government agents, we have seen it all and then some. But if you were to hire these guys to do a job for you, who would your ideal goons be for the job? Well, that's where I come in today. We'll be scaling every goon for hire and every jobber in KAGURABACHI to see which ones can get the job done and which ones shouldn't be paid a dime. The criteria I'll be using to rate these guys is reputation, fights, and screen time. Now, the first group of sorcerers we ever get to see are the bounty hunters, who aren't really a group, but they all attacked Shiro and Char when they got the bounty from Sojo, so I can't hear you. The first one we met was Daruma. Now, Daruma is what you want a goon to be. He's decently strong, has a great reputation, and fought 2 different enchanted blade wielders. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say fought for what happened with Sojo, but I'll let it count. But nonetheless, he meets all the criteria of a standout goon, so he is our first S. Now up next, we have the Trauma Clay duo, and I guess I'll add in the Trauma Sorcerer's brother too. The Trauma and Clay Sorcerers did give Chihiro some trouble, though their screen time comes down to mainly 1 chapter, and once Chihiro locked in, it was pretty much wraps. So I'd say they're both Bs. The little brother though is an easy F, he ain't do shit. The last group of bounty hunters we see are the trio Azami fights. The first one is Lava Hands, who just gets speed blitzed by Azami, but I need y'all to remember this is Azami we're talking about. So I'd give him a D for tracking down Chihiro. Now his partner over here is like insanely strong, because just being able to make Azami bleed is insane, so I'll give him an A, because that is just such a small but insane thing to do. Now the final member of the crew is Onimask, who has the most rep and appearances of the group, not to mention Azami was actually going to use his sorcery against him and gave him some props. He also has teleportation, so that's a pretty clutch ability. I place him at C. He loses a lot of points for not really fighting in the encounter and more just fucking off. Next up, we have Sojo's hired guards. Now I am aware there are more than just the guys Chihiro fought, but Shiba just kind of killed these guys in like 1 page off screen, so I don't really care for them. Now the most important one is Ponytail here, since he actually noticed Chihiro first, and he died because he underestimated Kuro. He didn't get speed blitzed like the rest of his teammates did, so I'd give him a C, and his 2 teammates can get a D. Oh, and the twins get an F because they just didn't do like fuck all. Now moving on to the jobbers in the next arc we have, the first group is the Tau. Now the Tau are a hard group to rank because they all have very different performances. First there's Tenri, who is easily the best out of all of his. He had the most fights, and he held Chihiro's group back for the longest. Easy S. Then there's Enji and Tamaki. Now they don't have as much screen time as their 2 brothers do, but they both never stayed down, always getting up to fight Shiro and Shiba again. So I give them both A's. But for Soya, he just like sucks ass. Everything about this dude is underwhelming. He got his ass beat by everyone he fought, and despite being the strongest Tau, I know that shit was a blanket statement, he had the worst performance easily. So I drop him in B, and that's a pretty fucking generous B overall. During this arc, we also got the auction bodyguards, however Hyuki and Tefuku just killed them all off screen. So F's for them, except Rope Dude, because he had a little rep at least. Moving into the Swordbearer assassination arc, first we have the Koku Goku Steam Squad, which took down the Datsensiki fighters, but then just got killed off-screen by Hirohiko and the other Hishaku he was with. Now the best is easily Fushimi, because we actually got to see him fight some of the Datsensiki troops for a bit, so I'll give him a better ranking than his team at C. But for the others, there just isn't much. Kakashi and Dollar Store Kuguri can go in E because they at least restrained a single guy, but Chromask is going straight to F. Then we have the Masumi, who are the best goons in the entire series. They are efficient, strong, and deathly loyal. They fought against Hatshaku and his soldiers with Samura, and are currently helping with Yori's protection, but not all of them are of equal value. I give Sumi and Ro S's due to them each having their own moments that make them shine a little more than Moku, who just doesn't have as much screen time. So I'll give him an A, but it's a very solid A. Now there aren't many named characters in this team, it's more like a small army, but the Monk Force was an incredibly reliable force of fighters that helped Samura and the Masumi, many of them giving their lives for Samura's protections, but a few of them actually surviving the encounter. So I'd give the force as a whole an A, just due to their large numbers and also their reliability in the fight against Hatshaku. Now, Sengoku isn't a jobber or a goon, but he served the same role in the story of helping us understand Hirohiko's new sword ability. Now, he did get washed, but he did his role well, and he's one of the few characters on this list who fought by himself. so he's a good B. And with the latest chapter as of this video, we have the Shigyu brothers, who really just got the same treatment as Lava Hands, where Hizami just flat out bodies them. Not the worst, because it's literally Hizami, but still a D at the end of the day. And finally, we have the Anti-Cloud Gouger squad. I saved these guys for the last because you all know I have a lot to say about them. First up, we have Makoto and Kiyohiko, who did help out, but their contributions were far less than their teammates, so they both fall into a B. Now, Shiyumi and Ikoto, on the other hand, carried their team. Shiyumi was the main reason a ton of civilians didn't die, and Ikoto keeping control of the battlefield for the whole fight. Both of them are easy S's, and Hogazono, please bring back Ikoto. I know he's still in that hospital bed. His abilities were so cool. Give him like metal legs he can control with magnetism.
Stand up now and face the sun. Won't hide my tail or turn and run. It's time to do what must be done. Be a king when kingdom comes. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody.
We also have Mask Guy, whose name I forgot to write on the script. I'll put it up now. We also have Kugara. He did the most damage to Sojo, acting as a projectile for Ikoto to shoot. But still, not really too much from him. He's an A, almost an S if he had a little bit more in the fight. Now, we had our fun with everyone, but now it's time to rank Kaizane. You all know I could go on and on about how he was supposed to be his team's ace, and yet he had the worst performance, or how he snitched on the guy who avenged his friends. But I won't, because I am a changed man, and Kazane does not deserve an F tier. Hello everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video, and shout out to Farron for the thumbnail. Go check them out on Twitter if you got time. Let me know your favorite Kagurabachi goons in the comments and where you would rank them. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.